Welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel. Late into the night, or it may be early morning even by now for you, but we're going to talk about that game because between Barça and Juve in Dallas, it was very hot. It was really humid conditions for all of the players, but it was a real contest out there. Both teams really going at it, fighting until the end. Could have been more than the 4 goals we saw and real quality on both sides. We're going to be talking about the magic from Dembélé in Barca's 2 goals, plus plenty more as well. It's coming up for you. So let's get to it. Because I do think, guys, right from the word go in this game, as soon as you saw, the lineup and the subs, you could see that Araujo and Pedri were not involved at all tonight. Barca say that they were rested in this game. No injury concerns, it's believed. But as soon as you take those 2 out of the team, out of your squad, you are going to lose a bit of quality. And I did think when you're looking at the team tonight from Xavi, there was a bit of an experimental feel about it, trying a few things. And of course, this is the time to try. We don't want to do this in league games, Champions League games. So now is the time to try things. But I didn't really think that midfield worked tonight. You brought Busquets back in and then Nico as an interior. I think now we can see, he's much more suited to a deeper role. And I think as well with Kessie in there, Busquets alongside Nico, that was a midfield that didn't really function all that well. You look at as well, I think at Aubameyang on the left-hand side, trying to play him and Lewandowski together, but that was again something that didn't really work out too well. And particularly there, that right side of Barca, and especially defensively, Juve early in that game, they started to target that area, especially there. Di Maria played well for Juve, Cuadrado down their left-hand side. They were targeting Sergio Roberto over and over again, and Barca, their midfield, it was getting bypassed quite easily in that first half, and that was basically why I think on half an hour, Xavi straight away said, okay, Sergio Roberto, it is time for a change in that area. And Serginho Dest came on then immediately, and he was involved in the build-up for our opening goal there. He played it out to Dembélé, and what Dembélé did next, it was vintage Ousmane Dembélé, because he turns Alexandro inside out. Phenomenal dribbling there from Dembélé, and he just drills it low and hard across the goalkeeper. Fantastic goal. And what you did see there was a celebration, and that right there is the Steph Curry putting them to sleep celebration. Absolutely fantastic there from Dembélé. But that's what we want to see from him. Getting into those kind of positions. We know all about his close control, that he can go on the right, that he can go on the left, but then the finish as well. But unfortunately for Barca, just 5 minutes after that, Juve did indeed respond. You kind of felt as though their goal was coming. They did put pressure on us. Kean was getting into some good areas, and eventually there, we don't close down the cross. Dest doesn't get tight enough to Cuadrado. Eric Garcia is beaten inside the area. Kean gets a very simple finish in the end, but we did hit straight back. Juve were quick to respond, but Barca even quicker. And it was Dembélé again. And this goal, this was a magical one. Even more electric than the first there. The way that Dembélé inside of the box, all of that close control. There's a nutmeg in there. He's skipping away from challenges. Again, getting inside on his left-hand side. And this time, the keeper can't even react there. Szczesny doesn't even see the shot coming from Dembélé. Electric finishing from him. And again, pulling out the putting to sleep celebration. But unfortunately, we had not seen the end of Juventus. But I think already they're looking at what Dembélé, is doing here, looking at what Rafinha has done in the games previously. The depth that we had there, the quality on that right-hand side is absolutely phenomenal. And competition, it can only be a good thing, can't it? You look at what Rafinha's doing, putting a bit of pressure on Dembélé there, and tonight Dembélé responding in the perfect way. And that is what you want to see in a healthy squad there. Everybody fighting for their place and having to up their level and perform at their best. Now, of course, at half-time, once again from Barca and Xavi in these kind of games, you're going to see a host of different changes, plenty of different players coming on once again. But Juventus, they were quick off the mark in the second half too, and we did concede again. I thought this goal was really scrappy, really poor, scruffy defending from Barcelona there, not picking up the men, leaving big spaces, and it's Kean again who eventually puts the finish home for Juventus, and that was 2 goals conceded. Before this, we hadn't conceded at all against Inter Miami, against a lot, and indeed against Real Madrid. So tonight, some slack defending coming from Barcelona that will need to be looked at by Xavi. And of course, Robert Lewandowski. We haven't spoken too much about him so far in the review. You know, he did play today for over an hour. Early signs in the game, a few minutes into it there. He had a good effort on goal. You know, he found a bit of space on the edge of the box. And that's the thing with Lewandowski. He doesn't need much room to take on that shot. And he did have a good one at goal, but it did just go over the bar. And I think in the second half there, we had a bit of a glimpse. You know, a cross came in. It was nothing. It wasn't even a good ball into the box there. It was well behind him, nearly on the edge of the box. But he managed to get his head to it really well. He did. He craned his neck there to get the ball on target. And it was so close to going in. And that was just an example there of Lewandowski being able to summon something out of nothing. But I think he did suffer throughout that first half, especially with a lack of creativity and the lack of chances that were coming his way in the game. But believe me, it will come. You know, no need at all to panic at this early stage. Of course, as well, there's the topic of Frenkie de Jong, because again, you know, big news was that he wasn't starting in this game. He hasn't started at all in this pre-season tour. And again, he came off the bench playing at centre-back. He did technically replace Eric Garcia there, slotting in at the heart of our defence. Those questions very much remain around de Jong and his future at Barca. You know, is he going to stay? Is that wage cut? Is that wage reduction going to come? And if it doesn't, what is going to be his future? Right now, continuing to play at centre-back, but in the second half, as it went on, there were some stunning efforts on goal. Rafinha came on, instant impact from him. He continued where he's left off so far in this pre-season. What an effort he had from a free kick there, cannoning off the crossbar. It was from range. It had real power on it. What an effort from Rafinha. And then that very same move, the ball actually comes back out to Ansu Fati. And he then has a look and he thinks, okay, I'll take this on too. He goes to whip one in the top right-hand corner and he hits the bar in pretty much exactly the same place as Rafinha did. Unbelievable efforts there. Barca so close to taking the lead again. Xavi came on, had some really nice touches as well in that second half. Memphis went close a few times as well. And I think Barca overall, we could have scored more. Certainly today there was opportunities for us, but a more disorganised display, I would say. Xavi experimented, he tried a few different things. Obviously, not everything is going to work out. So I think what we have to do mainly from this game is just learn from it now. You know, take on the knowledge that we've gained here, move on to the next game, which of course comes against the New York Red Bulls. And as our US tour continues, we are unbeaten. We've got a few more goals under our belt tonight. Brilliant individual magic it was from Dembélé. That is great. Great to see. And we continue. We move forward, and of course, very soon, guys, we are all hoping to be celebrating the official signing of Jules Koundé from Sevilla. Let's hope Barca can get that official confirmation to us soon. The deal now is incredibly close. But please do let me know in the comments down below what you made of that performance against Juventus tonight. You know, who impressed you out of the Barcelona players. I'm sure that Dembélé is going to be there in your list. And also, if you're at the game, plenty of you were, I know. Very hot day in Dallas, but it looked like a really good atmosphere and a really good and exciting game to be part of here. So if you did go, I hope you enjoyed it. And to those of us who were watching, please do let me know all of those thoughts on the game. I will see you soon, like I say. Hopefully official news very imminently on Koundé. Thank you for watching, guys, even at this very late hour. I'll catch you soon. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.